Well, good morning, everybody. I think I made this as good as I can make it until another mod comes out. I'm playing on the Alliklepa? No idea how to pronounce that map. Starting from scratch, of course. I'm just going to set this to 100,000 and 0 for now. Hard mode as always. I have to make some adjustments to this map to make it work. All my mods are on. Boy, look at the mods I'm getting. Anywho, let's get this party started. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay. Confirm. Alright, I'm going to stop time. I have a mod that I can do that with. For some reason, this map starts you out at 5 o'clock in the morning instead of 8 o'clock, which is fine. Well, let's fast forward time about an hour here. At least get a little daylight on this situation here. That should do for now. Okay, I want to completely stop time though, because even though you start from scratch in this map, it gives you all this stuff. I don't want this stuff. No, especially that ugly green thing. This ain't bad, but it's too new. Not how I want to start. It's an awesome map, but I want to start with nothing. So we have to do our usual settings here. We don't want nothing saving on us. And that. Okay, and then let us say goodbye to all this stuff. I do not want it. Okay, it is all gone. But now I have $1,740,000. That's not fair. I want 0. Start out with nothing. So I definitely will have to make adjustments to that. Don't get me wrong, if anybody else wants to start out, it is a nice little starter farm here. I suppose I could show the map quick. You do get if you start, if you're not starting from scratch, you do get a pretty nice layout. It's a pretty nice setup, a pretty nice map. Too close to town for me. I want to be out in the middle of nowhere. So what I want this little 6-acre section. That's all I want. It's down. Oops! It's down a dead-end road. I like that idea, out in the middle of nowhere. And the nice thing, this is not all forest. There's some open area. It just looks like a nice little start from absolutely nothing area. So that's the reason I'm gonna play with this map. I love the layout of this map. Kind of similar to the Rosix map. So let me make a few adjustments to the math here, or to the money here. We got to get this set accordingly so that I'm starting with absolutely nothing. Okay, I do believe I got everything set. I set everything down to 0. One-time bank loan, $82,000, because obviously we got to start with something. I wanted to get as cheap as I possibly could, so I borrowed $82,000, which is the very least amount I could borrow, for 5 years. I got to pay this off in 5 years. Bought this little chunk of land, just a little over 6 acres. $78,000 for this little chunk of land. I had the land surveyor come out. We got it all fenced off nice with a nice little gate here. So there's where $78,000 went. And then the rest of the money, we have an old rusty pickup truck and a place to sleep. And an axe. That's it. That's all we got. So let's head on out there and see what we can make. I'm so glad they finally released this little homemade camper thing. I just love this. Anyway, I will meet you out on the new land. It's a little bit of a hike. Oh, I better start time here. We can't be sitting at no time. There we go. Again, playing with 0.5 time because a day is a month, and in real life you can get a lot accomplished in a month, so we're going to cut it down to half time. That just seems fair to me. We have arrived. I just love this idea of homesteading, you know. Bare minimum, absolutely nothing. Nothing here. We got a little bit of a wide open field. Lots of nice straight trees to contend with, so this will definitely give us a good start. So for now, we just temporarily park our little camper right here. Okay, you know what? I might open that up right away. And I think it's this key. Nope, must be this one. There we go. And if we want, we even have a generator. There's our little camper, our little place to sleep. Little generator for power. A bed to sleep in. Place to cook our food. Just the bare essentials, nothing else. Just enough to get us by. Just enough to get going. Alright, we'll save some gas. No point in wasting gas. Alright. First thing I want to do, we got plenty of trees. I want to make the most money I possibly can. My plan is I want to start a nice, small, old little dairy farm. That's what I'm the best at, is cows. So I want to get a nice, small dairy farm going. And I want to keep it old and like from the 70s, 60s, 70s. Nothing big. Keep it small, keep it simple. Let's get to work. Whoops, not that vehicle. I want to be in here. There we go. There we go. Just leave that parked there temporarily for now. Alright, I'm just going to knock down a couple of trees. I am going to lose a little bit of money because I got to cut them short enough to fit in the back of the truck. Just enough to get... Let's see, I don't want this to hit my truck here. There's a couple of pine trees here. It's mostly spruce, but the pine trees I think are worth a little more. So, that's what we start doing. The first tree. The first cut. Hey, don't hit my new truck. Jeez, I just bought the thing. I ain't got it paid off yet. You've seen me do this hundreds of times before, so I'll get a load of wood and I'll be back with you shortly. I'll try to record just the exciting stuff. Well, I do believe I got that poor old rusty Ford just packed to the gills. I don't think she's going to hold any more. These are all cut 2-meter lengths. I got some 4-meter lengths here and 6 meters. Whatever I could pick up by hand, I left the longer length. And those I have plans for those. I don't want to cut them down yet. I want to get as much money as possible. Alright, let's see who's paying the best for wood. I do believe there's only one sell point for the wood on this map. There's wood. Oh no, there's two places. Oh, we can sell it to the train station, but we don't want to do that because this is selling the best right now. Okay. Let's go make our first paycheck. Come on, Ford, turn. I do believe we're just about there. Ah, this is where the lumber wants to be sold. Not a problem. Whoa, I keep forgetting this truck only has drum brakes. Slow down, slow down. Bam! $1,730 for that load. Alright. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So now we can get a nice small trailer to haul the longer stuff. Whee! Alright, what do you think? Cheap little homemade trailer for $1,000? And I also spent the money on a chainsaw. I also kept the axe just in case as a backup. Now we can go get them longer lengths of wood. Ever so slowly, we just build our way up. That's what I love doing, starting with nothing and just ever so slowly building our way up. Now that's a load of lumber. I better quit. The cool thing about these spruce trees is I've been cutting them at 6 meters. I can lift almost the whole tree except the first part, the lower part. Otherwise, yeah, I can lift them. They're a lighter tree, so yeah, it's working out good. I thought about cutting these up and throwing them in the back of my truck, but you lose a bit of money when you do that. So I'm going to leave them full length and just kind of leave them laying here until I can afford a loader or some way to pick them up. Oops, I had it started already, fool. Alright, let's go see how much money this makes us. This should make us a few dollars. Alright, how much money is this going to give us? Oops. $5,000 a load. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. If I make one more load, maybe I'll be able to afford that cheapest skid steer. We'll see. We'll see. Back with another full load. This is pretty much all spruce. Again, I'm cutting it all 6 meter length. The only one I can't pick up is towards the trunk, the first cut. Otherwise, every one of these I can pick up by hand. So it's been working out pretty good. Nice. So we're averaging about $5,000 a load. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Get another $5,000 out of this load. Should. A little pines mixed in there even. Oh yes, that's more than enough to upgrade to the next stage. Alright, let's go to the store and buy some stuff. Okay, here's what I bought. This is the cheapest, I don't want to say oldest, but cheapest skid steer mod I could find. I thought about going with a cheap tractor, but then there's really no way to grind stumps. The cheapest way to grind stumps is still with this skid steer grinder, unfortunately. I also know there's forks with straps that are cheaper than this, but it seems too unrealistic to me. So I do have a log grabber with the tension belt mod. I should show that quick. There it is. So I can grab logs and at least give the illusion that it looks like it's grabbing good. So yeah, I got that. grinder and this nice little trailer. This also has the oh, let's see, where can I show that? I experimented with so many different trailers. This seems to work the best with my universal auto load with small square bales. For future, like I say, I've been trying to do more testing before I actually commit to doing stuff now and make sure things are going to work. I hate that when I buy something and then it don't work the way I think it's going to work. So I'm trying to make things as legit and easy as possible without too much cheating and stuff. So here we go, get this loaded up in here. There we go. Now we should be able to haul this all home in one shot, except for the log trailer. I'll have to come back for that, unless there's a hitch on the back of this trailer. I never did look. I don't think there is. Nope. So we're making 2 trips. No big deal. Also, this is a trailer where the loading ramps aren't too wide. You got to be careful with that when it comes to that skid steer, because it does that sometimes. There we go. And obviously building our own homestead. We're going to need a loader with a bucket to break some ground. You know, use our imaginations a little bit. You got to have a good skid steer to get some work done, you know. Oh yes, that's going to fit on there beautifully. Perfect. Oops, not that. There we go. Alright, I think we're ready to head home. Yeah, now we can get some work done. Things are getting serious now, boys. Now that we got a skid steer, we can get some work done. Get this unloaded. Let's see, I think I'm going to get that wood chipper out of the back right away. Yeah, even though I have a super strength mod, I try very, very hard, unless it seems illogical. I try to keep everything as fair as I can. There we go. There, now we can grind up some stumps too. Eventually I will get a bucket for this, you know, and I probably should put up a small little shed. We don't like to keep our equipment outdoors, but, you know, one step at a time. We get there, we get there. There, that should be ready for picking up logs. Grab some logs here. Oops. There we go. Now we can grab some these nice big logs. That should make a nice good load. Let's see, I did play with this off camera. The best way to do this is, instead of using the actual real grabbing part of it, you want to tip it down as low as you can. And then get it so the straps can activate. Then you can just yank. You know, I mean, if you want to make it look real, you can go like that. That seems to interfere with the strap part of it, so I just leave them open. But it definitely looks more real than doing it with the forks. So yeah. Oops, I gotta run back to town and get my trailer yet. So I'll be back. In meantime, off camera, I'm just gonna make another load. Well, I was going to check prices of animals, but apparently I can't do that until I get a pen. So Or can I? Hold on here. Maybe if I get a rope. Well, apparently you need a pen in order to check up on animals. So what I might have to do is just put the absolute dirt cheapest pen. I don't even think I'm going to pay for it, because technically I shouldn't have to pay for a pen just to check prices on animals. So I might just randomly put the cheapest cow pen somewhere, and I'll delete it later. I just want to check prices before I invest in building the barn yet. So hold on. Okay, that wasn't too bad. What I did was I just placed down the cheapest little single one calf hutch. Obviously you can only put calves in here, and who knows, if I come across a really good deal on a calf I might do that, but this is just so I can check to see what is available. I want to try to stick with a Holstein. Oh, you know, that's not bad for 3. I might have to go get him. Not much for bulls, but we do have a really nice little heifer calf here I might have to go after. I got until the end of the day to buy them, so yeah, just to get them, just to get started. You know, it's a tough start. So okay, at least now I can check to see what's available, and that does change daily. Or every time, So you got to be very careful. You don't want to get something like this. See, extremely low, bad. Plus I really don't want Angus. Holstein is technically the best I want the best milking herd I can get. And this little calf is very high, very good, all good. Bulls ain't that great. Hopefully next, all I need is a female and a male, just enough to get the herd going. So it's not like keep an eye on that anyway. All right, back to Logan. I got to make... I'm thinking, I haven't decided 100% on it yet. I really don't want an open pen, and the only pen that seems to work somewhat halfway decent is this one. But for another $10,000 I can put up an actual nice barn, and I think I'm just going to invest in a nice good barn is the initial plan here. So yeah, it's going to take a little time to get things going, but we'll get there. Alright, back to work. Well, I think I better quit with that load. That looks like it's getting a pretty good sized load. Yeah, this has been working great. I can strap 2 logs at a time, and I got a few more to pick up. I should get a pretty good price for them, being they're nice big straight logs. So let's go make some money. All right, big paycheck. What are we gonna get? Really? Wow, I was expecting a little more out of that than that. Huh. Oh well. It's money. Yeah, I thought with the bigger diameter, of course there wasn't as many on there. Alright, how much is this load gonna bring us? I picked up all the rest of it. Yeah, about the same as the other load. Should be enough to get me started on... I like to get some grass mowed. Maybe make some hay. I think I got a way figured out. I can do most of the work with the tractor, but I gotta run home and get the trailer to bring the tractor home. I'm not driving that tractor 11 miles an hour all the way home. So I'm gonna buy the smallest, cheapest tractor, a little Sicklebein, and I got the most awesome, cool little baler. You'll see that shortly. Whoa, wrong way. Well, alright. I do believe I have the lineup. We got the cheapest tractor, a little Ford 9N, sickle mower to cut all the grass, clean things up a bit, small little tedder, and unfortunately I still just haven't found a really decent square baler. This is pretty cool, it works, but I love the animation on this one. This baler works okay, but it makes an odd size bale, this 90 centimeter, and it's like that's not compatible with other things. The standard bale is a 120 centimeter. This is a nice baler, but look at the price, $17,000. I mean, this would be an option, but it's so expensive. I did find one other baler for $5,000, and I think that might be the one I'll go with when I get a little bit more upgraded. Yes, I know this round baler is a nice deal. It's the cheapest baler. But look at the horsepower it requires. We need a fairly big tractor to run it. And the same goes for the little square baler I got. We need 50 ponies. Pretty decent sized tractor. So eventually I might get this, just not right now. I don't have a good tractor picked out for it, and we're on a little bit of a tight budget. Plus I want to show this off. This actually works very, very well. It's amazing how well it works. It's pretty cool. I like how this thing works. So we're going to use this for a little while. Plus we don't need that much hay and stuff, so, and it fits in the back of the truck nice. So we can haul it home. Alright, oops. Okay, the sickle mower I can bring home with the truck, but the tedder I can't. So I think I'm going to take the tedder and the tractor on the baler and then come back for the sickle mower. See, if I remember correctly, this just barely fits on there. I guess I gotta take a little run at it here. There we go. Oh, easy, 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 easy. Gotta get it centered here. I think that'll get us home okay. Alright, meet you back at my place when I get everything back home. Oops. Oh no, I can't shut the tailgate. Okay, I do believe I have everything cleared out here. Just temporarily moved and parked everything just outside my gate here. There's one more thing I added to my arsenal. I just couldn't. I know you can get away with it in the game, but in real life you just cannot cut brush with a sickle mower. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. So I did run back to town and I bought myself a brush hog. It was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to spend. It was like it wasn't too bad. It was $3,000, I think. Yeah, $3,100. But I'm going to cut all the brush first. I just can't bring myself to do it. Plus I still have stumps over here I gotta grind. But it's very hard to see them stumps with all the brush in the way, so I am just gonna wander around, especially the tree area here, and cut this with the brush hog, because it's just the way you do things. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. I know you can technically do it with the game, but we'll still get grass out of it, none the same, you know. Alright. That over there I think I can get away with cutting with the sickle mower. Actually, you know what, just to be on the safe side, I think I better do this whole area with the brush hog. just to be safe. All it takes is one little tree stump. So I'm going to try to do it the legit right way if possible. Let's see, let's draw the line here somewhere. Get rid of some brush. And the hay field, obviously I'm going to do that, most of that with the sickle mower. But this whole area I definitely want to do with the brush hog, just in case there's a stump there. Ah yeah, looking better already. I'll get this all cleaned up here. No problem. Just gotta get this brush out of the way so don't destroy my sickle mower, and then we'll get some hay cut. Oops. Working pretty good. Well, that looks much better. We got the brush all cut up. We can cut some just regular hair. Should get quite a bit of hay off of this, I would think. Pretty decent sized hayfield here. Get the rest of these trees cut up, it'll be even bigger yet. Don't think we're going to get much hay back here though. This might be back here. I might plow this up and start either oats or wheat, something for straw. We're going to need straw for cows eventually. It's a brand new tractor. We don't need to be bashing into trees already. Jeez. Oh yeah, I'll get us all cleaned up and opened up. We'll make this a farm yet. Ooh, deer. It's only August. It ain't hunting season yet. Looks like a nice clean cut hayfield to me. Now we must fluff it all into hay. I decided to go with this smaller 3-point fluffer this time. This just looked like a better one to use, I think. See how well it works. Ooh, it's going to be a little tricky and slow getting around this fence, I think. Maybe not too bad. Now, is it changing? Oh yeah, okay, good. Every once in a while I gotta fight with that realistic weather mod, because it doesn't want to dry the hay out properly. Well, there are a couple of green spots I have to contend with. There's some here, there's some over there in the corner, but overall not too bad. Might get a couple of green bales. We'll see what happens. There's also one more very important piece of vital equipment I forgot to purchase, so I better run back to the store and go buy that. Let's see, we need. There it is. We need this little guy. It's cheap. Make some windrows. Make baling a little easier. Run and go get that quick. Come on, Ford, turn. Well, again, I do have some green stuff to contend with. I'm hoping that if I get enough hay mixed in with it, it'll stay hay. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm getting better with this rake. I got some pretty nice windrows going on here. Coming along pretty good. We'll get this all cleaned up nice and good. A little thin down on this end, but I am quite proud how that turned out. We got some nice windrows of hay here. Should make lots of hay. Unfortunately, the first time we got to do it because we're a little short of money, and I want to show how cool this little hand baler is. We're going to do the first round all by hand until I can afford a bigger baler. Let's go try this out. Ooh, ram into the truck. This is pretty cool. Whoever made this mod is awesome. Okay, we start engine. We'll work our way. Well, you know what? We can turn it on right away. Out comes the pitchfork. Basically, you just pick it up by hand and shove it in this little wooden box, and you make a bale. It's not as slow and as tedious as you think it is. I mean, it gets the job done, especially if you windrow the hay first. I think it's pretty cool. Sounds like my niece is having fun. Whoops, we got a bale. Our first bale. Now, isn't that cool? How's that for a baler? Pretty darn cool. Why did it miss so much there? Come here. Missed quite a bit here, actually. There we go. Anywho, this is going to take a little bit of time, so I guess I'm just going to make some bales. Hopefully I got enough hay. That I'll pop another one out here. 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 Another bale of hay. Yeah, I like this mod. It's pretty cool. Alright, it's a little extra work, but when you do the grass, as long as you make sure at least half the bale is hay, it's not an issue. So I'm just kind of working my way around here, and I do a little bit of grass, and then when it gets to be too much, I make sure I just sneak over and grab a little hay to go with it. That seems to work out okay. This, I'll go to like, just got to make sure I don't go over 50%. Get this peeled up here. Okay. Now if we go back to hay, I think I got it low enough where just gotta make sure you get enough hay mixed in with the grass. It should switch back. See how it switched back? There. So it can be done, you just gotta be careful when you do it. Not to get too much grass versus hay ratio. I say it was only a couple of bad spots in the field here, so see if I can get the rest of this over here. Look at all them nice little square bills I got out there. Ain't them pretty? I better quit while I'm ahead. That's the only bad area that I had to contend with. You know what, let's finish that row off. Otherwise, it's been working pretty darn good. Almost got it all baled up. Got 63 bales so far. Working pretty good. Not bad at all. Okay, it was only $600. The cheapest shed that I could afford right now. I plopped it down next to this little calf hutch here just so I could store. I'm not going to hold on to all them bales. Maybe just hold on to like 10 or so. Just so I got a little bit of hay if I do buy that calf. And I think I'm going to. And of course I need a place to store my little baler here. You know what? That bale is so close to being done. I think I'm just going to eject it anyway. And get it out of there. The last bale. We made 76 bales. Oh, 77. Quite impressive. How do we turn this off? Oops. There we go. That's quite impressive. Put a little bale in here. You know, there might even be enough room to put my tractor in here even. For a cheap shed, it's a pretty decent size. Did I shut that off? Probably should shut the engine. It doesn't have an engine, but, you know, turn it off. There, and then we can stack a few bales up in here. I'm impressed with that little, with that. That is quite the little baler. I like that. So, tedious, but it was fun using it. Alright, let me pick up some bales, get reorganized. I gotta get my house parked back up in here. That's gonna be a little bit of work, so I'll be back with you shortly. There, that stacked them in there almost perfectly. I do have universal auto load, and I picked up like 12 bales with my pickup, and I drove it. At first, I drove it real tight, but then it didn't stack them tight to the wall. So then I moved it out a little bit, kind of up in the corner here, and I unloaded on the left side, and it plopped it right in the shed, almost perfect. A little bit finicky, but hey, that worked out pretty darn good. I'll go with it. And you know what? I know I got more than enough room for my tractor in there. Maybe some other things. Alright, let's pick up the rest of the bales. I think I'm going to use the trailer, and I think I'm just going to sell the rest. I definitely don't need that much hay for a couple animals. Ooh, a little tight in here. And I could use the money right now. So we're going to do that. Ooh, things are getting a little crowded around here. Definitely got to do some reorganizing. Control Shift R. Okay. Yeah, even though I'm crazy enough to bale all that by hand, I am not picking these all up by hand. We'll just pretend we're picking these all up by hand. Even I have a limit to my craziness. Oh boy, that trailer's got a heck of a reflection on it, don't it? This should make us a few bucks. Nope, this trailer has issues too. I can't properly strap down the bales. So what I have to do is leave it on auto load and just leave the auto load on, otherwise the dang bales fall off. So just when I think I got everything figured out, I find another little bug or something that don't quite work right. Yeah, if I leave the auto load on and don't quite finish filling it, then the bales seem to stay on. But as soon as I turn auto load off, try to strap them, it won't cooperate. But I made it cooperate. Oh wait, who's got the best place for hay? Oh, I guess there's only one place to sell it. Oh, and it's like, Rock bottom. Well, I got no place to store it. I'm poor, so it's gonna have to go in. Let's see. Here we go. And I do believe if I turn the auto load off, it'll strap, but it didn't strap them properly. Oh, we made quite a bit of money off that. It's not bad at all. And that was at a lower price. Okay, I just placed my rope back in my truck. I purchased 2 bales of straw, and unfortunately, man, I sure wish this was an option. It's the only way I can get water. I wish these buckets held water. That would be so perfect for my scenario, but unfortunately this is the only cheapest way that I can think of to transport water. So we're gonna have to go with it. Okay, I got the rope in there. I want to make dang sure that it's strapped in so it doesn't fall out. And I think we're going to get that one calf that was really, yes, I want him. These 2 are not worth it. Yeah, I want to get the one calf. Bye. Okay, and it's only 3 months old, so it should be just fine. We'll just pretend we're hauling it in the truck. I got everything clean and organized at home, so we should be all set. Oops, I was supposed to go out that way. Can I go out this way? Yes, I can. Alright. Meet you back at home. Alright, yeah, I got everything packed up and lined up over here. Let's see, I'll do a quick little tour here. Whoa, slow down. I placed down a rug, so I got a place to sleep, so we can actually sleep in here now. In a decor section, I did find this. We gotta have a place to poop, man. So we do have an outhouse, so we got a place to poop. No problems there. And just kind of park my equipment along here. And yes, both the skid steer and the tractor fit in here just perfect. I got some hay bales already, my little baler. And then I put a well in. So I got some water. Because yeah, this requires water, hay, and straw, and all that fun stuff. So let's work on that right now. Let's see if I can get my calf in there. It's only one calf, but it's a start. It is a start. Well, them take their sweet old time coming out, don't they? Alright. I think we can start with the water first. Why not? It's the slower well, but it's enough. I don't think that little calf hutch is going to take that much water anyway. This is where I wish the bucket would work. It'd be so nice if it did. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. That was it. Alright. My guess is it's probably not going to take a full bale either. That's alright. We'll make it work. Yep, that's it for the bale. Okay. Oh shoot, there was a grass bale there. Well, no, I think they're better. I'm better off not using a grass bale because you know it's 80% hay, and I think it's only like 20% for. So either way, we'll get this filled up first to get it all prepared. Does this go right? Yep, there we go. There we go. A little straw. Okay, this is the one we're using. We'll want to use that one up until we start the next one. Did I just click the dang... Oh, I hate it when you're trying to put down a bale and you're hitting the trigger for the doors. Oh well, it's just one of them things. Okay. You, I think I'll put way up on top here. I obviously probably didn't need to save that many bales, but that's alright. Okay, I should be able to take my rope out. Come on, baby calf, let's put you in your new pen. And we should be able to go over to animal trigger and doink. And here. What? What do you mean there's nothing to move? Is it not picking? Maybe I gotta drop it? Maybe like that? There we go. There we have our baby calf. Now we gotta watch that carefully. Oh my goodness, he's a little wobbly. Or I should say she. Okay, let's check the animal dialogue. Make sure it has everything it needs. Straw. It will make manure. Water is full. Got plenty. Yeah, grass is only 40%. So good thing I did the hay. So I think it can stay in there for a few months anyway. I do plan on getting that barn built before the winter. At least I'm going to try. But yeah, that was such a good deal on that calf. I had to get it. And I had this sitting here anyway, so I might as well make use of it. So yeah, I think we have everything all set up perfect. Well, I'm guessing that this video is probably getting long in the tooth already. We got our first start on the farm. We got our single calf. We just got to get a bull, or whenever a good deal pops up for animals, we got to get it. We got to take the deal. Let's say I suppose this can just sit here for now. What I'll probably do off camera, I got a whole bunch of stumps to grind and probably chop a few more trees. So I'll probably do all that tedious work off camera. So yeah, I think we got the quite little homestead started here. I'll probably live in this for a little while, at least up until it starts getting cold outside. You know, you gotta use some reasoning and logic here, but yeah, I'm quite comfortable in here for now. So until I decide to build a house, but we don't have the money for the house yet. We got a place to poop, we got a well for water, we got our first animal, so it's a good start. It's a good start. Money should not be too big of an issue because I got plenty of, once I run out of trees over there, I do have trees over here, so I think we can make a pretty gosh darn good living off this little piece of land here. So, well, until next time, I better call it here. So what do you think of this start? Is it, I don't know, just something I felt like doing. So I like the scenario I got going on here so far. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.